friends, welcome to Carrie's Culinary Crafts, where we talk all things food. And today I am going to cook up some salmon on the grill. I am going to make a Thai sweet chili sauce to put on top of the salmon, and then I'm going to grill it. I was going to do this and make this like a sheet pan meal, but it's a beautiful day outside, so I kind of switched things around, and I'm going to go ahead and do it on the grill. So first thing I'm going to do, I have my sockeye salmon here, and I'm going to go ahead and mix up my sauce. Now you could just use this. This is excellent. I don't know if any of you guys ever tried it. I used to make my own, but I always keep some of this on hand. It is really good, and it's not that expensive. So I like to just keep this on hand for quick sauces. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of this to my bowl. And then I'm going to add a little bit of toasted sesame oil. Just a little bit, because sesame oil is really, really strong. So I just do a little drizzle. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of soy sauce to this as well. And then I'm going to give it a little whisk. Okay, so I'm going to need a lot more than this. So I'm going to add some more, but I'm going to add this first. I'm going to add this to my salmon. I'm going to taste it first. Really good. Okay, so I'm going to pour this on my salmon here. And then I'm going to use a little basting brush to baste this on the salmon. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper to the top as well. Okay, so that salmon is ready to go on the grill. Now I'm going to make a little bit more sauce because I want to, I'm going to put the salmon over rice. So I want to have enough sauce that I can also put some salmon or some sauce over the rice as well. So we'll have like a little pile of rice. We'll put our salmon on top, and then we will have the sauce drizzled over the rice and salmon both. So I'm going to mix together a little bit more than what I did for my salmon. Okay, so I have a little bit more that I will put on the rice before I put the salmon on top of it after I cook it. And really, that is all that I'm doing for this salmon. Super quick, super easy, but super delicious. And I'm going to go ahead and get the grill fired up, and then I will go ahead and work on my sides. Okay, so here I have leftover rice that I pulled from the refrigerator. This is one of the things that I wanted to use up this week. trying to use, you know, everything that's in the refrigerator so it doesn't go bad. You definitely don't want to waste food. So, and this rice was cooked last week, and I cooked it in some broth, so it's like slightly seasoned, but because of the fact that I'm making this into a Thai dish, I am gonna go ahead and cook this rice with some peas, and then I'm gonna add some sesame oil into it to give it the Asian flavor. Because once the other flavors are mixed in it with the chili sauce and sesame oil and soy sauce, you're not going to taste like that beef broth flavor. So that way it'll tie together nicely with the salmon. So I'm just going to add just a drizzle of this oil on the top. And then all I'm going to have to do is heat this up in the microwave whenever the salmon is done. Put a little bit of soy sauce. Okay, so we'll just give this a little stir. And then when it's time, once the salmon is done on the grill, then you can go ahead and heat this up in the microwave. Okay, for the next meal, on the next night, I am making some scallop potatoes and ham. Now here in this pot here, I just have some garlic herb butter melted up, and I just added in a little scoop of flour to, I'm just going ahead and making a roux here. Oh, excuse me, sorry guys, this cough is just not going away. So I'm just going to keep stirring this for a minute or two and until the flour is incorporated really well, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some milk into that and give it a good stir. And then I'm over here on the side, I'm actually using my food processor and slicing up some potatoes really fast. I have a slicer blade on my food processor, so I went ahead and did a quick slice on Parmesan cheese, and then I'm going to do my potatoes. And here I have a bag of cheddar cheese that I will be using in my scallop potatoes. Yeah, so now I'm going ahead and slicing up all of those potatoes. It takes no time at all when you use the food processor, that's for sure. Okay, so now I went ahead and just added them into my 9x13 pan here. I did spray my pan prior to putting the potatoes in. And now I'm going ahead and pulling apart some of the ham that I had thawed out from the freezer and putting in with the potatoes. And then I had enough potatoes left over that I went ahead and made an 8x8 square pan as well. So I just sprayed that 8x8 pan, and I'm putting in the rest of those potatoes. And then I will put some ham in those as well. Now once this comes up to a boil, this milk, flour, and butter, I'm going to go ahead and add in a bunch of cheddar cheese. I probably put in maybe 2 cups, maybe between a cup and 2 cups. And then I had a wee little bit of mozzarella that was left in my fridge that I wanted to go ahead and use up, so I threw that in there as well. So then I'm just going to get this nice and stirred until that until all that cheese is melted. Added in some salt and pepper, and I went ahead and turned off my stove because it can stop cooking. I'm just stirring it until the cheese melts. And once the cheese melts, then I'm going to just dump this over my scallop potatoes, or my potatoes and my ham, and give them a good stir to make sure that that sauce gets down to the bottom and all mixed through with all the potatoes. Now I'm going to add some salt and some pepper to both of these. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in some more milk because I want to make sure that, you know, these potatoes are raw. So I want to make sure that those potatoes cook through. So I went ahead and added a little bit of milk to each of them and made sure that it went down to the bottom of the pan. Okay, time to put our scallop potatoes and ham in. I'm gonna heat the oven to 350 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and stick these in, and they're gonna cook probably for about an hour. I'm gonna check them at 50 minutes and give them a really good stir and taste them, see if I need to add anything to it, and make sure that the potatoes are cooked through. And if they are, then I will put them in for the last 10 minutes and I will take off the foil and let it get all nice and bubbly brown. Okay, and we will check back in about 50 minutes so we can check on those scallop potatoes. Okay, it's been 45 minutes and I went ahead and pulled out my scallop potatoes just to give them a good stir, and I want to test the potatoes to see if they are done. Some of them still had a little bit of a, crunchiness to them, so I went ahead and I put them back in the oven for another 15 minutes I believe I put them in without the foil. But they definitely were not quite ready yet. So yeah, I put them back in without the foil. And then I will go ahead and check them, after another 15 minutes to see if they are done. And while I'm waiting on that last 15 minutes, I went ahead and made a salad and realized that during half my salad I did not have the camera on, but in this salad is romaine lettuce, there's cucumbers, right there I'm putting in pepitas now, I put in some dried cranberries, I put in some red cabbage and tomatoes and carrots, and I think that is it. And I'm going to be putting in a Vidalia onion poppy seed dressing in with this salad. And here I pulled out my homemade croutons, so I will add some of those as well. And here is the finished scalloped potatoes and ham. Look how bubbly and delicious that looks. You just want to let it sit for about 10 minutes until it all thickens up and cools a little bit. And here is my plate. I have a big plate of salad and a little side of my scalloped potatoes and ham. And that was what's for dinner.